Welcome to K-Popscape, your escape to the world of K-pop. I am your host, India. Today we'll be talking about mental health, trigger warning, suicide will be mentioned in this episode. If you cannot, you don't have to listen. You can just listen to the next episode or previous episodes. Um, in this episode, we'll be discussing how mental health as a whole in South Korea affects the idols as well. Um, so, so, according to a Statista Research Department, according to the Statista Research Department, suicide is the leading cause of people between the ages of 10 to 39 in Korea, like the deaths, the lead cause of deaths in Korea. Reasons for committing were mental health or physical illness as well as financial difficulties. Um, the mental health budget between 2017 and 2022 or 2020 is 31 billion won. This represents a 49.5% increase from the 2017 budget. Because some idols have money or their insurance can cover it, doesn't necessarily mean they can go seek help or they want to seek help. Mental health is stigmatized and frowned upon in South Korea, so they might have people in their family telling them, "No, you're just tired," or "You're just stressed. You'll be all right after this comeback or whatever." And if it doesn't change, then or if it don't change, then they have to I think it's important for that idol or actor or public figure to go and seek help where they see fit. Um, the older generation in Korea, like 70, 65, 70, 80 year olds, like so everybody's grandparents, uncles, great uncles, whatever. They see depression as a sign of weakness and people should suck it up. And that's ironic because there's a lot of suicides in the elder community over there too. So they're over here telling people to suck it up and keep it to yourself, and then it ends up consuming them as well, and they take their lives. It's kind of a cycle of toxic, not toxic behavior, but bad advice, basically. With the budget they have, it seems like either there's some mismanagement of the money, or people just rather quote unquote deal with it themselves. Mental health is the most neglected, arguably, in Korea. It's the least discussed in the healthcare field. Idols have a public all over, like idols have the public all over the world, and more importantly in South Korea, nitpicking at everything they do, from their clothes to like their like hair to what they eat. Like the littlest thing will set a netizen off, and the idol will be bombarded with horrible comments under their Weibo or Instagram accounts in their direct messages. Um, After Sully of FX died, a law called Sully's Law was being considered like the year after she passed. I don't know what's going on with it now, everything going on, especially with like COVID and stuff, but it was being considered to fight cyberbullying. The law demanded people to use their real identities online. Some people thought it was unconstitutional, which makes no sense because You're hiding behind a picture of an anime character or something, and you're going under these people account, calling them fat, ugly, slut, telling them to K word themselves, tell them to die, and all this stuff, and then they want you to show your face. It's unconstitutional. I don't think that makes sense. Because if you have the balls to tell people to do that, why can't you have the balls to show your face? And I guess Korea taking it as it's taking people's right to express themselves away. Again, if you got the balls to express yourself like that, you should be able to show your face. If you wholeheartedly feel that way about a person, show them what you look like. Now, if you get blackballed from any of the shows or any of the concerts, that's on you because of your mouth. Consequences lead to repercussions. Like if you wholeheartedly feel the need to say how you feel, there's consequences to the things you say, like good or bad. There could be good consequences with good things you say. There could be bad consequences with bad things you say, or even good consequences with bad things you say. But either way, there are consequences at the end of the day, and I think everybody should be held accountable. Uh, the National Assembly representatives believe Sully's death is a social murder, which it kind of is, because people were harassing her for the littlest things, and she just was trying to live her life away from the idol life, and people were still nitpicking at her. Yeah, she's a social figure, but she wasn't an idol. I think she was. I think in a way she was probably leaning more towards acting, but um, some parties disagree with the main point of the law. Um, I don't think constantly berating people and telling them they're ugly, fat, dumb, whether it was on Twitter, Instagram, Weibo, is freedom of speech. Freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of consequences, like I've said before. Um, you're projecting onto others. Some people project on others what they feel about themselves or what older people, may it be their parents, their older siblings, their teachers, onto them, onto other people. So yeah, 1 in 4 individuals suffer from mental health disorders, though only 1 in 10 receive treatment, and this was in 2017. Um, every 40 South Koreans, or every day, 40 South Koreans commit K word themselves. Um, and that's 14,600 a year. Korea is literally losing, and this has been this way for the past 20 years. 20 years, you're losing 14,600 citizens out of your community because like nothing has changed in the past 20 years. You guys have the money to fund this, but y'all could have saved maybe even half of these lives since 20 years ago, 2001, 2002. That's 10 years. 20 years. Yeah, 20 years. 2002. So, since 2002 in Korea, people have died. 40 people a day. They could have freaking fixed this years ago. Hopefully, in the next 10 years or 20 years, it goes down a lot. I hope it goes down. So, I'm going to, my next part of this, the information I'm about to let out. Do not do what, I don't care what country you in. Shout out to the people in Germany and the United States who listen to our podcast. But don't go out of your way because some of y'all, not all of y'all, some of y'all don't know how to mind your business and stay in a fan's place. And same thing that happened to Sully, which I hope don't happen to anybody else. It hasn't happened to anybody else lately. But some of y'all just don't know how to stop. But anywho, I will name a few idols that have mental health disorders. And this is not my way of like, it's public knowledge. You can Google any of these people and find out this information. But I'm just letting it know. There's a few people. Suga from BTS, he suffered from depression, which he has been very vocal about, especially in his music. This first, it's August D first mixtape, and he talked about it in the second one. I'm pretty sure. Sumney, formerly of Wonder Girls, she has bipolar disorder. Ravi of Vix has a panic disorder. Kiana has a panic disorder, depression, and vasovagal synescope, which is a sudden drop in heart rate and blood pressure leading to fainting. So if you've been a fan of hers for years, since 4 Minute and Triple H and all that, um, even when she was in Rodent Girls for a short amount of time, she had to leave because of health issues. I'm pretty sure that was the health problem that caused her to leave, because what sets it off is stress, and comeback season can be stressful, especially when a lot of idols are not picky, but like perfectionists when it comes to performances and recordings and videos and all that stuff. So I'm pretty sure that's probably why she left. Or Wonder Girls was a short-lived. Um, you know, she was a part of the group for a short amount of time. Uh, Nam Taeyeon, formerly of Winner, has insomnia and depression. And lastly, Sully had depression and a social phobia. So she had social anxiety, which again, people on the internet did not help that anxiety for her. Um, some of these managers take advantage of this, as well as the epidemic that is Sasangs. Some managers probably, like as of lately, with the Omega X situation, um, their manager or their CEO was wildly inappropriate with them and put her hands on them, which I guess, that was a thing in America back in like the 1950s and 60s and 70s, where you own like your teacher could discipline you too in situations. So like over, I think in Korea they have where basically any elder feels the need that they have the right to put their hands on you, I guess, um, or discipline you for stuff they deem need to be disciplined. Because some stuff that one person thinks people should be disciplined about, another person might just let it go, or like it'd be like a punishment or a grounding, not a smack across the face or hit with something type situation. Uh, I feel like we could open the discussion. We have a we have a Twitter account. We also have a Instagram account. What do you guys think should be like company should what steps the company should take to make sure their talent is well taken care of? Like I feel like lately in the last 3 years or maybe five, the companies have really be like, oh, this person's not gonna be in this comeback because of anxiety. This person's not gonna be a part of this comeback because they are seeking treatment for this. Like that's been very much a lot very common nowadays, which back 10, 11, 20 years ago, they would never think about, oh no, you're going to be working. I don't care if you're tired, tired, hungry, or freaking um, sad. We have a schedule to keep or whatever. Um, do you think the budget for the mental health should go up? Uh, I think it should go up a little bit more, maybe closer to like 50,000, maybe more, 100,000. Maybe you open like I mean, they have mental health, like the facilities and stuff, but I feel like make the psychology degree something that they could get actual jobs for, stuff like that. Uh, should there be? I think they should open more psychology positions. Should it be available to foreigners who are fluent in Korean, like well versed and fluent in Korean, and to like know about it? I think it sh- I should. I think it should be open to foreigners. They're over there. Some of them live there. Some of them want to live there. They're going to school there on scholarship for something. They should be able to get a good job there. Because a lot of foreigners work there. They end up getting jobs that like they can get there without going to college for, like modeling and dead jobs. Like you don't have to go to college for that. Just you don't have to. It'd be nice to get a business degree over there, but foreigners don't have a lot of pull over there. So you know, um, do you think Korean government should give the Sully reopen the Sully law and get the green light and enact it in the law? Because I don't know, I've been hearing about this new president, and he is not liked by some of the um, citizens, mostly the younger citizens, I think, in Korea, um, South Korea. Um, he's anti-foreigner, which foreigners make up a good amount of the economy over there. Like they're aiding in the economy. They're buying the tickets there. They're buying food there. Some of them are staying there for years. Some of them are, contributing to the economy over there. Why would you just hate them out of nowhere? Like it's probably gonna drop after they leave. There's a chance if you kick him out. He's also like very much rude. Seems like he's anti young people. Or he's like the week before or a couple days before the in Taiwan incident happened, he made a comment saying something like people should worry about themselves or something along the lines. And literally a couple days later, the Taiwan class thing happened, or in Taiwan, sorry, not the class, god dang drama, in Taiwan incident thing happened, and it seems like he's up there paying condolences, but like, dude, you just said something on national Korean TV saying something like this, and you're in there crying and fake coddling the parents of these victims when you don't really care. It seems like you're just showing face. Um, um, I just wanted to make this episode because it seems like there are still Susangs out there and still fans out there who have a chip on their shoulders and think they can talk to idols the way they want to and nothing will happen. As of recently, Bam Bam got seven. As everybody know, if you are a diehard Got Seven fan, and I'm not talking about solo stance, I'm talking about OT7. You love the whole group as a whole. Know that Bam Bam is the jokester of the group. He's always trolling his members on the internet, I mean, on his Twitter, from JB to Yugyeom. Sometimes he trolls himself. He's in the mentions talking to his fans. He followed some too. Um, he was joking about Jin Young, something about Jin Young. I think it's one of his clip from his movie or something. And a couple about 7 Korean fans, um, was rude to him, cussing at him, called him a dumbass, or he said it was a mentioned quote that says delete it, bitch, to him. Now he blacked out his Twitter, unfollowed people, blacked out his Instagram. I think he deleted everything just because people solo Jin Young stands. And this not has nothing to do with Jin Young. It's just the fans. Jin Young don't even know this is happening probably. Because he's never on Twitter either because he's working majority of the time. Um, these solo stands who claim they love Jin Young when Jin Young loves Bam Bam, knows Bam Bam, known Bam Bam since he was 14, 13, 12 probably, and probably thinks he's funny because they all think he's funny. I think he's funny. And they know he's Bam Bam's literally a really, really, really sweet guy. He's just a jokester. He's never do it with mean intentions. Um, so the fact that these fans thought it was like, oh, you're making fun of Jin Young. This is freaking rude. You just so mean. He didn't do it in a mean way, and I don't understand why people think. I understand why in a way because a lot of groups lately have said they were in a group as a business. And it took them a while to actually look at their group members as friends. But I think GOT7 initially just were their friends, their family. Like, don't, like, I feel like they would go to war with each other, not with each other, for each other. They had, getting to know each other, the stories of the trainee days, and now they're, you know, I think every group, they're all just high stress situations and the companies don't help. But Bam Bam did not have any ill intentions when joking around with Jin Young or about Jin Young. As of now, this time, I've noticed because of some of the new rules on Twitter, they said if you're imitating another person, your account will be deleted. So those people who was mean to Bam Bam, um, have been getting their accounts um reported, and a couple of them are already down. I don't know where there's like three out of like the seven that are down as of right now. I don't know how many are down. I just know they're down. They're getting down slowly and surely. A couple of the people as of yesterday did not feel bad. One or two of them felt bad at one point, but other people, some of the other people was like, "I don't feel bad. Shut up. I don't care." Type situation. So their account about to get deleted. So it is what it is. Bam Bam moved to Weverse. Just a random fact. If you have Weverse and you want to talk to him or interact with him, go on Weverse. Um, but yeah, stuff like that. Don't attack people, especially people you don't know these people. You see what they want you to see. You don't know what goes on behind the scenes. They know their group members more than you know. They are living with these people 24/7 for years. They know what they don't like in their food. They know what their favorite color is. Yeah, they know what they don't and do drink. They know what they don't and do tolerate. You know nothing. Know your place. For the love of God, leave these people alone. If you're not saying nothing positive, okay, like if they do something that warrants them getting called out, go ahead. Feel free. Do your research first, but feel free. Call them out. But if you're just nitpicking at them because you think something happened and it didn't happen, you need your phone taken away, and your laptop, and your iPad, and any other social electronic away. Even if you're a whole adult, on punishment for a week. That's a mess. Um, so for the people who watch this, or not watch, listen to this podcast, although it's fairly new, and I'm getting these out as I can. Um, if you are having thoughts of harming yourself, please call 988 to speak to someone who can help. Even though you don't probably not feel like you need it in this world, at least coming from me, because I have days where I feel like, why am I here? Or like, what's my point of existence type situation? Talk to someone. If you talk to a family or a friend, call the number and talk to someone. You feel misunderstood? It's okay. You will find your tribe. There are people who feel the way you do. It probably could be a positive outlet in your life. So thank you for listening to our podcast for this episode. Um, Follow us on all social medias. We have Twitter, Instagram, and We have a K-pop scape card, which is or pinned on our Twitter. We have a TikTok as well. So please follow, keep up to date. We This podcast is on Spotify and on Apple, also on Anchor. Thank you for listening. See you next episode.